Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. My name is Dani Nicholls. I'm a skincare expert and acne sufferer, and this is my podcast where we talk all things beauty industry unapologetically, where we can just geek out about it and have zero judgment. So if you're into that kind of thing, don't forget to subscribe to the show and come back for every week's episode. So in this week's episode, we're going to be covering a few different things, but of course there's going to be some tea, a lot of tea, and a lot of skincare. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's talk hot topics, what's new, what's trending. First things first, Say Beauty have released a foundation. I think it literally came out today at time of recording. I don't have a PR sample. I wish. I used to be on their press list, but I don't think I am anymore, which I'm really sad about. But anyway, I'm going to buy it anyway from Cult Beauty. I have a discount code for you guys that you can use on Cult Beauty. I need to check if it includes this product, but if it doesn't, you can use it on most things over on Cult Beauty anyway. The code is DANIXCB. So go fill your basket, stock up on all of your favorite beauty products over on Cult Beauty, and don't forget to get up to 20% off using my discount code. So Say have released foundation. The shade range looks insane, and the initial first impression videos I'm seeing all over TikTok today are looking super impressive as well. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. Second thing that I wanted to talk about in our hot topics today is actually two TikTok trends. We've got skin flooding and underpainting. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably heard these trends. You have absolutely no idea what they are. So I've done the legwork for you. Don't worry, I've done the research so we can talk all about it, get into it, and make a decision if it's something that you think you're going to try out or not. Okay, so you might have seen this underpainting thing all over social media. You're going in with your bronzer, cream contour, concealer, what's the word that, and blusher before you go in with your foundation. I really like this technique. I think it's a really nice way to kind of chisel in and emphasize parts and features of your face that you want to be more prominent. And also I'm obsessed with blusher. This is a great way to get more blusher into your skincare makeup routine, and I'm here for it. I love the fact that we're using less foundation these days. It's a way less cakey look. And I think it's actually just a lot more flattering. Makes the skin look a lot more breathable, healthy, makes you look more youthful. That's one thing that I've really found with concealer recently and foundation. When I do a more full face kind of face beat, it ages me. And I don't think any of us are really looking to age ourselves. Potentially when you're younger and you're trying to look older than what you actually are, I think this is probably where a lot of it comes from. But the older we get, I think we kind of pull back on those kind of full coverage products. And this underpainting technique is a really great way to get a really nice, more chiseled, finish, polished look without having to do a full beat. Let's face it, I'm not a full beat kind of girl. The next thing I wanted to talk about very quickly is, of course, skin flooding. You've definitely seen this on social media and you're probably wondering, what the hell is skin flooding? But I mean, it's literally what the title says. It's flooding the skin with hydrating products to provide long-lasting hydration that's going to last all day long, give your skin a beautiful glow that's just going to be making you look chef's kiss, beautiful glass skin baby girl. It's essentially the whole glass skin thing. Do you know, actually, it's very much Korean 10-step skincare repackaged yet again, because within the Korean 10-step skincare routines, it's very, very focused on a hydrating essence, hydrating toner, hydrating serums, water creams, and these are all things that you're seeing as part of skin flooding. So skin flooding, like I said, we're flooding the skin with hydration in the hope that the products that we're using are going to lock it in, keep it in the skin longer, and give you that beautiful chef's kiss, glowing glass skin, right? Am I here for it? Of course I am. Of course I am. This is something many of us have been doing for such a long time without the skin flooding title being a thing, but I am loving it. This is something that I've done for such a long time. You guys know me. I'm addicted to my facial mist. I'm addicted to my essences and, of course, my hydrating serums. I never leave without them. I am a huge fan of this, and I think if it's a way to introduce more people to using more hydrating skincare products as part of their skincare routine, who am I to say no to that? We all want everyone to use more hydrating products. Even if you have oily skin, this is a powerful, powerful way of getting that deep epidermis of your skin super hydrated and actually potentially could reduce the oil production that your skin is making. So if you are oily skin, you're like, oh God, no, I don't think this is for me. Honestly, give it a shot and see how it goes. Don't overwhelm the skin. We don't want to clog the pores or anything crazy. But hydrating serums, hydrating mist, essences are everything. I'm here for it. If you're looking for a few of my faves, if you're watching here on YouTube, you can see. I'm going to tell you everyone that's listening over on the podcast. I love the new one from Ren. The new Ren Smooth Prep Plump Essence. Awful title. Awful title. No one's going to remember that, but it's a great essence. Of course, you've got your Hado Lab. I also love the Tatcha essence as well, and the Fresh Kombucha Facial Treatment Essence. They're brilliant. Get an essence. Honestly, it's going to make the huge world of a difference to your skin. Apply to damp skin when it's nice and clean before your serums. Chef's kiss. Now, let's move into the next part of the show where I talk about things that I'm seeing on social media or just trends within the whole beauty skincare industry, which I personally am just not really here for. And let's get straight into it this week. So something that's really been irking me, I guess, in the industry at the moment is, of course, the cost of living crisis is impacting all of us. Inflation is crazy off the Richter scale. And of course, these things are impacting the way that we live, the way that we shop, including our beauty products. And one thing that's really getting under my skin at the moment is I'm seeing a lot of cult beauty skincare brands from the States in particular being so transparent with their audience, being super honest and super open about the changes to their pricing. And I love that. I love that for them, but I just wish that we had a bit more of that transparency here in the UK. A lot of these brands that are more established, that are really trying to be cooler and have better relationship with their audience, consumers, they're not doing the legwork, let's face it. And a lot of these brands that the larger, more established companies are envying have these communities of people that ride for the brands because they have this transparency. Having this level of transparency is what builds a relationship between a brand and a consumer. And when brands do silly things like this, where they could just easily put a post out on Instagram, just let people know what's going on, or even a TikTok if they fancy, just tell people, hey guys, prices are going to increase up to £1, up to £3 on a few of your favorites from X brand. We want to explain to you why and hope that you'll still continue to shop with us. The price of X has gone up, the price of Y has gone up. I just think that we're in a place now where people want to have honest, open conversations, especially with brands. And brands having better external comms with their consumers is something that's so, so important in this day and age. And I really, really hope that we start to see more of this, particularly, like I said, from European, UK-based brands, because in the States, they're having these conversations. They're tough conversations to have. And I feel like it's very British and potentially very European to kind of like skirt around the issue and kind of hope that no one notices. But quite frankly, we're all noticing. We know that everything's expensive right now. And it just feels nice to have a little open conversation about it with brands. So we shall see. We shall see. Speaking of cost of living crisis and skincare and everything getting more expensive, one of the things that I am being asked quite a lot over on social is, where should I be spending my money on skincare products? So, like I said, everything's expensive, and let's face it, a lot of us are picking and choosing between things where we're spending our money, areas where we're cutting back, etc., etc. So I wanted to talk very quickly about where I think you should be spending your money, which products, potentially where you should be really, really funneling your beauty funds into. There's two categories that I really want to touch on here, and one being something at home, second being something out of the home. Number one, your money should be spent on serums. Serums is, without a doubt, the most important category of your skincare, especially your daily skincare routine. This is where the active ingredients that are going to be doing whatever it is your skincare goal is, will be delivered to your skin in order for your skin goal to be achieved, be it further hydration, hyperpigmentation, age marks, dark marks, whatever it is, your serum is the key to your skincare goals. So like I said, serum should be where you're investing your money. If you want a whole episode on serum recommendations, send me a DM, leave a comment, let me know wherever you are, wherever you're watching or listening to this, let me know and we can really deep dive into serums because I know that we all want to know more about serums. Secondly, your in-clinic treatments. And I say this because if you're someone that's thinking, right, okay, this is my budget for beauty for the next 3 months, how do I get the best results? How do I stretch this as much as possible? In-clinic treatments and your serums are what hold the key to having the best possible skin you're going to have. I say this all the time over on TikTok, but honestly, you can scrimp on your cleanser, your moisturizer, and your SPF. These are 3 categories that are super important building blocks to your skincare every single day, but they don't need to be high end. If that's not in your budget right now, we get it. I mean, no one's going to judge you right now, especially. I totally understand. You can buy drugstore affordable brands for those 3 categories, especially your SPF, because you should be running through a bottle of SPF every single month. I understand you don't want to spend £50 on an SPF because you're using a lot of it. I'm not here to judge. These are categories where you can scrimp and save. Serums and in-clinic treatments are what are going to stretch. I say in-clinic treatments, and let me get into this a bit more. So many facials are a scam. I will get into this in a full separate episode. But facials that are not a scam are facials that do things that you should not be doing yourself at home. And by that, I mean your extractions, I mean your microneedling, any of those frequency, pinging into the skin, extracting the skin should be done in clinic. And if, like I said, you've got a 3-month budget, you know what you can spend on beauty for the next 3 months, I'm begging you, find a brilliant esthetician, have a fantastic facial, and you will continue to see the results with good skincare at home for the next 3 months, which will get you through to the next quarter. This is such an important element of budgeting your beauty skincare along with getting the best possible results. So, serums, yes, in-clinic treatments. So important. Let's talk all things skincare news. This is where we talk about new releases, gossips, murmurs, all of those kinds of things that are happening within the skincare and beauty industry. And this week, of course, we have to get into the Sephora UK store opening and the pressure it's putting on the rest of the beauty community in the UK. I welcome Sephora back to the UK with open arms. I actually never even went to the old Sephora store. I think it was open like when I was a kid. I don't know when it was open, but not in the past 10 years I found myself living in London. So I'm so happy that Sephora is back. I was lucky enough to be invited down to their opening party. If you want to see what I was given in my goodie bag, it's over on TikTok. You can go and check it out, see all that good stuff. Wonderful evening, beautiful store. And I am just so happy that the pressure has been applied by this store opening in Westfield, London. What do I mean by pressure being applied? What I mean is we've been hearing murmurs of Sephora coming to the UK for a long time now, right? It's been on everyone's lips. Everyone's been hearing it, saying it, knowing it. But now that they're actually open, I feel like the floodgates of pressure have really just kicked up a notch. Over the past, let's say 24 months, we've really seen our go-to beauty retailers in the UK, Cult Beauty, Boots, Space NK, Look Fantastic, all of these retailers have been working so incredibly hard to bring our favourite brands to the UK. I have to take my hats off to both Boots and Space NK for this because they have really put their everything in. Kosas, Tatcha, Rare Beauty, Rem, actually notable mention also for Selfridges as well with Human Race. These brands, these retailers, they have been working so hard to bring them over because they knew that when Sephora came, Sephora were not going to take the PISS and bring killer brands with them, which they did. We saw it this week in itself. We saw Sephora open. They said Kosas was coming. It's obviously been in the works for such a long time with Space NK to bring Kosas as well, but they have Kosas as well, right? And I genuinely feel like had this pressure of not being applied, as consumers, we've been begging for years for so many of these brands to come to the UK, especially Tatcha. I mean, me personally, I've been shopping Tatcha for the past, maybe 6 years. Every time I go to the States, buying products from Tatcha, wishing, hoping, dreaming, commenting, asking for retailers to bring them here. And I'm so relieved that they're here and I'm so happy that they have a home in Space NK. It's the perfect home for them. But the pressure in which Sephora applied is completely undeniable. You cannot deny the impact that this store opening has had on the whole beauty landscape of the UK. And I am so grateful to LVMH Group for bringing Sephora back, lighting some fire under some backsides of some beauty buyers in the beauty industry in the UK to just take things up a notch. And I am so relieved the store's here. Brilliant stock from what I've seen. I can't wait to go back. Sadly, the store opening night was truly a party and I couldn't really see everything in store because it was so busy. But I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to shop and just have like a real Sephora moment in the UK, which just doesn't feel real that it's even here. And I'm so happy. Welcome back, Sephora. Secondly, a few more releases. There's a few actually which I have here with me. If you're watching here on YouTube, you can see. If you're listening to the podcast, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. Skin Rocks from Caroline. Caroline Hirons is just an absolute force to be reckoned with. That's all that can be said. And the products that she's released from Skin Rocks have been absolutely sensational. So I did receive these in press gifting. They sent me their retinoid, which was released last year. They sent me their moisturizer. I think they sent me the oil, but I didn't receive it. I don't know if it fell out the box or something, but this moisturizer is absolutely gorgeous. And one thing that I love about the packaging, they always have on the top lid of the packaging how much you should be using, so you know how much to use. And on the box, which I've unfortunately got rid of now, they tell you, you should buy this, like you need this if, you don't need this if. And Caroline is so frank, and it was saying you don't need this if, you don't like fragrant skincare, I love it, Caroline loves it too, and you prefer like a watery gel textured moisturizer. This moisturizer is a thick, reparative, beautiful face cream, suitable for morning and night. Of course, in the AM, you're gonna follow with your SPF. I would love to use this alongside my prescription skincare as well. It's absolutely stunning. Second notable mention is to Paula's Choice. They have extended their Calm range, and this Nourishing Milky Toner, it's literally like milk on your face. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm just realizing that, oh yeah, you can use your fingers. I'm gonna say, I've just been like applying it with my hand. So I just take it in the same way I do my normal essences, couple of drops into the palm of my hands, kind of slap my palms together and press it into my skin. This is so, so beautiful. And finally, the final new release is one that I feel has been so long awaited from so many of us. Miss Charlotte Tilbury has made the Magic Cream in Body, and it is sensational. I need to check how much they're retailing this for, because in the PR parcel, I don't remember reading it. Oh my God, guys, it's a dream. It is absolutely gorgeous. Thick, rich, super hydrating body lotion. It does exactly what the Magic Cream does for face on the body. I put it on this morning and my skin is still, it's giving glisten. It's giving gorgeousness. Oh, Charlotte, you know what you're doing. She really knows what she's doing. Charlotte's Magic Body Cream. Oh, we love to see it. Okay, now it's time for our Q&A segment. So I'm going to have a WhatsApp number in the show notes or in the YouTube description where you guys can send me voice notes or general questions about skincare, beauty, whatever it is. I'll be reading them out live on the show and giving you a response. So we're going to get into the first one, which came from TikTok. And it says, I've recently added La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm to my skincare routine, but I'm starting to see more whiteheads appear around my nose area. Otherwise, I'm really happy with the product. Should I stop using it, or do you have any other tips? So firstly, thank you so much for your question. And I personally think that the Cicaplast Balm, you guys know I love this range from La Roche-Posay, is something that you should kind of fine tune to when your skin needs it. The new B5 Plus is a lot thinner, and I'm assuming from this person's question, because they didn't say B5 Plus, that they're using the OG original version, which is a much thicker paste balm. That being said, the original, again, was formulated for use when the skin barrier is damaged. It wasn't really formulated for every single day. That is why it's a lot thicker. If you're seeing whiteheads in the nose area, that means your pores are getting clogged. And I would, number one, avoid using the product in that area, especially on an everyday basis. If the skin barrier is damaged, use it a couple of times a week in that area. Secondly, what I would say is you need to start working on the pores in that area. So I'd like to use an AHA, BHA, PHA kind of cleanser serum in this area to help clear my pores out. I like to call it dusting. I feel like AHA is just a great way to like give it a little dust in the same way you would like dust your windowsill or whatever. Keeping it clean on a day-to-day basis. I love the Clear and Defend Plus line from Neutrogena. It's sensational. Very, very well formulated, super gentle, suitable for use 2 to 3 times a week. If you've got a stronger barrier, then you might be able to use it more times than that. But generally, I don't really think you need to use it more than 3 times a week. Great way to clear those pores out. And of course, what you could always do as well with the Cicaplast, save the original that you have for when your skin barrier is really jacked up. Get the serum. I actually have the serum here behind me. This is the brand new Cicaplast B5 serum from La Roche-Posay. It's a super, super beautiful facial serum which you can use every single day. Such a gorgeous formula. An amazing way to get the Cica into your skincare routine. Barrier repair every single day without, of course, causing the pores to be blocked. Similarly with their spray as well. I hope that this helps, and thank you so much for your questions. Please do send more questions in. I can't wait to get around to answering them for you. So let's talk about my product of the week. And this is always a hard thing for me to pick because, of course, I test so many products and naturally we all have our favorites, right? But I do have a product of the week for you this week, and it has to be Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. Pharmacy? I just don't understand how I slept on this brand for so long. I love the Honey Halo face cream, which is behind me here on my shelf. But their Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow is a beautifully formulated AHA serum. It feels so ceramide rich, so well formulated that your skin feels so incredibly hydrated after. Definitely a nighttime treatment for me. 2 to 3 times a week. Great way to clear those pores. Nice gentle exfoliation of the skin and leaves the most stunning glow in the morning. I kind of see it as like an overnight mask treatment, because it's absolutely beautiful. So if you are looking for something that's really well formulated, going to leave the skin super hydrated, plumped, glowy, with those AHAs in, I definitely recommend checking out Honeymoon Glow from Pharmacy. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do feel free to leave us a little star review wherever you're listening to this show. 5 stars always is great. I can't wait to hear what you guys think and to get back into this next week. If you have any skincare questions, please do send them to the number which is over on the show notes here on the podcast. or in the description over on YouTube. And I cannot wait to hear what you guys think.